This is the first time Atmos has ever been introduced to a club environment. When you mix music and you experience it this way, it's a new experience where you can have audio moving around you, above you, and hitting you from multiple angles.
Progression in sound and sound technology and the way that sound is delivered hasn't really happened in a significant way. And we just really wanted to raise the bar, I guess, and to elevate the dance music experience.
Ministry has 25 years of experience. They're all about sound, and we wanted to work with a club that had the same focus and passion we did for sound.
My whole philosophy in being a DJ is to really mess with people's minds at like whatever state they're in. I want to really work with that and take them somewhere else. Being able to just take it to another dimension in all different directions of the room, it's just like incredible. So I'll sign me up. So this was like my teenage dream come true.
I've been in there multiple times for dry runs, and I've noticed that I guess a few beers in, you become much more tuned into the whole thing and it just feels more effective. You become more conscious of kind of primordial, elements, sound being one of them. And I think you become more tuned into the system.
Essentially what Atmos is the ability to place sound anywhere in a room. We usually take stems from songs, and those stems that we want to take out of the stereo field, we will make objects and we will pan them and move them and place them in the room in areas that we think make the track sound better. We put 16 overhead speakers above, and those go up around the stacks that were already existing. When we first started the project, we were mixing songs at Dolby. Someone said, it would be great if you could sync the lights up to these sound objects. So that's kind of where it started, and we figured out how to do it. So what that means is we can take any sound, and as it's moving around the room, we can put lights that are also in the same areas and have the lights follow the sound. The biggest challenge is getting artists to think about how to mix music in this new way because they're not used to doing it. And also, we're working with songs that have been created with stereo in mind. Different artists, it takes a different amount of time, but generally speaking, you can mix a song in about an hour. What we've done with our DJ app is connected it to the CDJs so the artists can come in and play the way they usually do. I can solo this element and I can move it around the room, interact. And if I want to add another layer, I can add another layer. And I can grab this and I can grab both at the same time. These are the different stems, so we label them ahead of time. So we have our pads here, this is our FX, and this is our ARP. So I can solo all these things. There's ways to make it very obvious, or it can also be subtle, depending on how the artist wants to use the technology.
Who's footing the bill? Both of us, I think, is the answer to that. There's a huge investment on both sides in terms of the equipment, R&D on their front. In terms of the artists, we've invested quite heavily in bringing some bigger artists to the venue, shall we say. It really depends on how the artists respond and how the customers respond. But so far, the response has been positive on both fronts.
I think the future of Atmos is going to be more cities supporting it, more clubs, more artists performing and mixing this way. I'd love for artists to start creating content from Atmos from scratch. I think that's going to be exciting. But in the next couple of years, I would say look for it in more cities and more artists.
Obviously the goal here is that all the world's leading clubs take this system on. Hopefully there's it's another elite, people talk about I use vinyl, and people want to talk about playing vinyl, and this is well, we can chin stroke about this. Well, I play in Dolby Atmos, who else does that? There'll be me and Carrie Chandler and DJ Harvey. So this is another level of you've got to put a little bit more effort into this, but the rewards are amazing. I just hope it becomes industry standard.
I guess we just continue to, evolve and grow and push the boundaries of, particularly in sound, because that's, our USP, that's our thing, that's the heartbeat of our business. And just keep pushing the technology and pushing the creative possibilities. Where that takes us, I'm not quite sure, but I guess it's a philosophy that's served us well to this point.
There's no bar or anything. You can't buy a drink in this room. You have to go to another room to buy a drink because this room's all about sound, and now it's got Dolby Atmos in it. It's ridiculous.